मेरा संसार है, ये तो सब
You, all of you do say, don't you, that Baba is our world. All of you say this, don't you? Baba is our world.
भी कोई संसार है क्या?
Do you have another world also
संसार है,
besides Baba? No, isn't it? Baba alone is your world.
संसार की माया
Then,
और क्या है?
else is what is there outside the world? Or maybe Baba means to say, is there anything else outside this world?
संस्कार
And
परिवर्तन करने की बात, ब्राह्मणों के जीवन में
to change the sanskars,
विघ्न रूप बनता है, संस्कार
in the life of Brahmins, the biggest obstacle which comes in their way is their sanskar. Whether it is their sanskar or it is the sanskar of others.
शक्तियाँ भी सभी के पास है, सभी में
Everyone has the knowledge. Has the knowledge.
लेकिन इनके पास है
Are with everyone.
क्या होता है? लेकिन जोश
Or everyone also has the powers.
क्या होता है? कार्य में
Or what is the reason
चाहिए,
for the powers
उस समय
The reason for the powers do not emerge at the time when they are needed, but emerge a little bit later than when needed. What is the reason for that? You have the knowledge, you have the powers, but these powers don't emerge when they are needed. It is only later on that you think that it would have been good if I would have not said this but would have said that instead. It would have been good if I would not have done this and would have done that instead. However, that period when it was to happen, that passed away. Actually, all of you also think about the powers too. A great deal. You say, this is power of tolerance, this is power of decision, this is the way to use these powers. But what happens is that those powers don't come at the time when they should come. There is a little time gap. And the other thing that happens is that suppose once or at one time you are not able to use the power at the time of need, and then later on you do realize too that you shouldn't have done that but should have done the other thing instead. You do understand too later on. However, in spite of experiencing the mistake you made once, which actually made you an experienced one in that, you realize it to the extent you should realize so that it doesn't happen the next time. Because if you do realize even after committing the mistake and change, then too you can progress. But what happens is that at that moment you do realize this is right and this is wrong. However, for that mistake to not repeat, For that, to realize that and then change for good, that in that the percentage is not high, and Maya is very cunning, very cunning. Baba is using the word cunning. For example, supposing you do not have enough tolerance power, and an incident may come up in which you have to use tolerance power, and maybe once you realize that you need tolerance power, but then you know what Maya does? The next time it comes, but in a different form. It changes its form and comes. It's the same power needed at that time, maybe tolerance power, but when Maya comes, it comes in a little changed form, just as in today's world. The thing may be the same, it's an old thing, but then it's polished so well that it looks even better than a new one. Similarly, Maya comes in a polished form, which actually needs the same power, but it comes in a little different, more polished form. For example, you are jealous of someone. You know, jealousy also is of different types. It's not of one type. The seed is jealousy. But it will come in another form. It won't come back in the same form. Then many times you think that this situation was different, that was very different from this. Actually, the seed is the same. The only thing is that the form is changed. And therefore, for that, you need a power. Which one? Which power you need for that? The power to discriminate. The power to discern. For this, Bap Dada has told you earlier also that you have to pay attention to two things. One is a true heart, that is truthfulness. which means don't hide anything. Don't let anything to remain inside you, otherwise it forms like, just like a gas balloon. What happens if you blow gas in a balloon and you keep blowing and blowing? What will happen? It will just break, won't it? Similarly, have a true heart. Okay, it may be possible that you are little, embarrassed in front of people to tell them the truth, because you may think, what will he think of me if I tell him the truth? With what vision will he look at me? But with a true heart, you tell in front of Bap Dada with that deep realization. Not that you just tell Baba, I made this mistake and that's it. It's just like giving an order. I did this. Now, Baba, I did this. No, with that power of realization, with a true heart, if you realize that in front of Bap Dada, with your heart, in your heart, through your heart, not through your head, but through your heart, then your heart will become empty of filth, rubbish. All the dirt, the filth will finish. If trivial matters still remain in your heart, actually those matters are very trivial. They are not big things, but those trivial matters, little things, they accumulate in your heart and fill your heart, because your heart gets filled with those trivial matters. It doesn't remain empty of them. And because the heart is not empty, then are not vacant, then where will the comforter of hearts sit? You have to make your heart vacant for him to sit in your heart. He needs a place to sit in your heart, is it not? Or no? The Lord is pleased with a true heart. Whatever you are, however you are, or whatever I am, however I am, Baba, I am yours. I belong to you. And of course, Bap Dada knows you. He knows that everyone is number wise. Therefore, Bap Dada will not see you with that vision, that but what is needed from your end is to have a true heart. And the second thing, Baba had said that the line of your intellect should always be clear. There shouldn't be disturbance in the line. It should not cut off.
समय पर शक्ति देने चाहिए, समय पर दुआएं देने चाहिए.
Because if it is so, then whenever Bap Dada wants to give you power, to give you blessings at an extra time, also in the form of an extra help, that you will not be able to receive because the line isn't clear. It is not clean. It is cut off. And then whatever attainments which you would otherwise get, you are not able to receive. Many children say, sometimes they think, though they may not say, they say, Baba, such soul, so and so soul gets so much help from other Brahmin souls, from the seniors, from Bap Dada. But I get less help comparatively. What is the reason for that? Baba is actually a bestower. He is the ocean. You can take as much as you want to take, would like to take. You can take, because Baba's treasure store is never locked. There is no security, no guarding over Baba's treasures. It's not locked. It's always open for all time. But the moment you say Baba, you can receive. Baba is the bestower, isn't he? He is the bestower as well as an ocean. So what will he lack? But it is these two things which come in the way. For that, you need a true heart, a clean heart, and a clear intellect. Don't try to be clever. You sometimes try to be very clever. You try to be clever in different forms. The need is to have a clean, clear heart. A true, clean heart. And the intellect, the line of the intellect should always be checked, whether it is clear and clean or not. You notice in the different facilities provided by science that if there's a little disturbance, then there isn't clarity. You have to Pay attention to this.